My name is Katlyn Kotila and I'm a Laurentian alumnus. I was born and raised here in Sudbury, and I chose to go to Laurentian because A, it was in my hometown. Meant I was able to stay in a community that I cared about. B, it was affordable in a way that not many other universities were. And C, I was able to stay with my community support system, with classes and professors that cared about me. When the CCAA happened, I was in my third year of university at Laurentian, and I was actually doing online courses. I found out while doing my online courses on Twitter. I was taking two programs, both political science and communications, both of which were cut through the CCAA process, which led me down a long road and journey of trying to figure out how I was going to finish my degree at Laurentian and continue my studies to finish all of the hard work that I had put into this degree. It was an incredibly confusing and difficult process trying to get information throughout the CCAA, between having to navigate all of the different difficult to understand concepts and terminology that was going on, as well as just trying to figure out what the future held for both me, my program, my professors, the community around me. And the communication coming out of Laurentian didn't help that whatsoever. I'm actually one of the lucky ones when it comes to finishing my degree. I was able to take courses at other universities to then transfer back to Laurentian to get a degree from Laurentian. But many were not as lucky as I was. Some had to go to completely other universities, move cities, transfer schools and start over, or some had to drop out entirely. The CCAA process had a huge impact on our community. Not only did it have an impact on the students and the Laurentian community, but it also had an impact on the greater Sudbury community as a whole. The closure of programs means there's less students here in the community, means less businesses are getting students at their business, and which means that some businesses are not seeing the economic growth that they were previously seeing with larger amounts of students. But it also had an impact on the morale of the community. Many people went to Laurentian because it was a unique learning experience. And to lose faith in the institution in the way that they did because of this process means that less people are going to want to go to the institution, less people are going to buy into the Laurentian community, and less people in general will be impacted by the incredible offerings that Laurentian has. I personally don't believe that academic institutions should be treated like businesses. Students should not be treated as if we are customers. We should be treated as students, as learners, as people who are trying to further their education, not just a simple business transaction where I give you money, you give me a degree. That's never been the way that universities were seen, and I don't know why we're starting that now. I think it's completely inappropriate for any public institution to be using the CCAA process, and it's something that we really need to be keeping our eyes on, because how Laurentian was handled and how they were able to navigate the CCAA process could set an incredibly dangerous precedent for other public institutions to follow the same route. I think Laurentian's reputation has taken a huge hit as a result of the CCAA process. Potential students are less likely to trust an institution in which they've seen go through this type of public process. They're less likely to trust that the doors will be open for them to be able to finish their degree, and they're less likely to trust that it's going to be open 5-10 years from now. I think it's a real shame that Laurentian's reputation has potentially taken this hit, because Laurentian was an institution I was proud to be a student of. I was proud to be a part of the Laurentian community, and I was always an advocate for the university. And currently, I don't feel that way anymore.